Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 again. This time we're going to be doing another then versus now video. This time we're going to be looking at the movie version of Megatronus Prime, aka The Fallen. So this is the Leader Class Studio series, and this was the, I believe, Burning version? Voyager class from Revenge of the Fallen. I know that they came out with, this was like the second version of the mold, just a repaint of the original for the most part. I think there was a slight redesign in how the head equipped, and this guy's got some dust and hair on him, and some loose joints. But yeah, I think this was supposed to represent him as he crash landed to Earth, is why he's this color. So yeah, the original version was much more like, it was closer to this one's color scheme, but it had a lot of green on it for some reason. And then they came out with like a blue one afterwards, which I think was part of the hunt for the Decepticons, and that one came with a staff like the Leader class does, but I didn't really care that much. So yeah, obviously aside from his cockpit slash loose wiener thing here, he does have these softer plastic bits that do come together and peg into each other to sort of form that extra limb thingy they had going on there. But you know, these were much more restrictive, so they just separate. This also shares one of the big problems that was included with the Voyager Megatron, and that is from the first movie, that has the spring-loaded feet. Now, if you just give him a good plop, he will stand. You know, just a good plop, and his thing will fall down again. That looks so awkward. But yeah, all things considered, it was a fine mold. I just got the one because I wanted a Fallen figure at the time. He does have some like flip out clear plastic panels in his arms and in the back of his head, which are also supposed to be spring loaded, but they've been sitting there for so long that the springs seem to have degraded. Oh, there's still a little in there. But yeah, he's got some shifting panels on his legs too, but yeah, I've really only kept him as a display piece, and I was a little tempted to get the third-party version of this guy instead, that's like double the price, but has like, he's like twice the size and has way more articulation built in, but figured I probably was only just going to display him, so I might as well just go with the cheaper option. Now, back in the day, I think only the blue Hunt for the Decepticons had the included face removal feature, but mine does actually have a loose head connector, so I can actually take his face off if I so choose. So I got a little lucky on that front, but the Studio series actually has that as a proper feature, like so, which... And then we got his sort of wrinkled monkey face. Yeah, no, that's a face only a mother could love. Get this back on there. Come on. I know you tab in somewhere. There we go. Yeah, this one does not have spring-loaded feet. They do fold up because he does transform into the same weird alien jet thing, but yeah, I do prefer the not springy feet because yeah, just having his feet fold up like that automatically, it's just really unnecessary. And if we turn to the back here, you can see he does have the extra limb connection piece, and they are much more intricate. They do still pop off easily because, you know, it heavily restricts the movement, but they are there. And you can fold them around more. This is on a double ball joint, so there's a lot more movement here than these little plastic pieces. And again, you do have the staff, which separates down the middle, like right here in the middle where he's holding it, and like pegs into his legs in his vehicle mode. But yeah, honestly, even at the time, this mold felt kind of underwhelming, to me at least. Especially for what was essentially supposed to be the big bad of the movie. I'm not totally in love with this one either, but it at least feels like there was significant improvement made to just the design and the overall look. They actually included that "Give Me Your Face" feature that every Optimus Prime fan, I'm sure, enjoys, especially from those movies. And Revenge of the Fallen was my favorite of the Michael Bay movies because, in my opinion, that is where Optimus Prime was shown in his most valiant badassery. I feel that movie is where he seemed the coolest to me, because not only did he do his usual Robo Jesus die and come back later bit, but that forest fight scene was super amazing. I thought that was just the most coolest thing ever. And then that final battle where he hooks up with Jetfire, I was that my fanboy who grew up with the Armada Jetfire Optimus combination was just screaming his head off. But yeah, overall, I think this guy is still available in a fair amount of places. I don't think he sold as well as some of the others. I think you could still get them online for retail price on some places. So like if you want a Fallen figure, this guy is definitely gonna scratch your itch. He's definitely covers all the bases as far as what you would want out of a Fallen figure. I really just use him for display. I don't have any giant pyramids to sit him on top of. I don't have the Studio Series movie Devastator, as cool as that would be. I missed out on all of those. So I really just keep him sort of on the shelf to look kind of cool. But, he definitely is a vast improvement over this guy. And like I said, this guy, he was acceptable when he came out. And like, I'm not even talking about the color scheme. I actually prefer these colors. I'm not a big fan of the weird, like, seaweed green that they used on the original toy. But, this with its more black paint job and the blue and orange highlights, he looks really good. Like, this is definitely superior to this in every way. It's a lot of times I try not to be too harsh on the original toys because they were a product of their time, but I honestly feel like they could have maybe not done a lot better, but they could have done better than this guy. So that is my personal thoughts on the movie version of the Fallen toys.